That was a little crazy. But we're good. Hey, what's up guys? Mike here, owns Pressure Washing Entrepreneur Army. I'm going to show you guys how I wire these electric hose reels up. Make it pretty simple for you guys. I searched all over YouTube. I found a few guys talking about how to wire up the electric hose reels, but nothing really specific. And this is a nice simple way that it will make sense for you guys, and how it makes sense for me. And if I'm thinking it's simple, trust me, it's simple. So check it out. All right guys, also remember, stay tuned for the full build. I still got my 12-volt roof cleaning system that I'm putting in here, and it's gonna be pretty interesting with the proportioner or metering system, and it's gonna be pretty interesting, and I think a pretty efficient setup. But anyway, we're gonna be talking about the wiring here. So right here is my 12. There's kids around or a busy section, I'm worried about someone maybe coming along pushing the button. It's dead now because I tripped the breaker. Now these wires, you can't go cheap on the wires, guys. You have to, sorry, someone's bumping their music. You can't cheap out. You gotta go 4 gauge. So what I did was I bought 4 gauge wire and I soldered these on. And I'll show you how to solder right now. From the battery to the reel, this is going to be in the middle. It's a 40 amp circuit breaker. If it's overheating or something, that clicks, stops the circuit. But also, if I want, I can push this button and disconnect, you know, when I'm not in use. So we're going to put one end on this side and then the other end on this side. Don't try this at home. I got my 3/8 ring terminal. Some solder. Put that in there. Now you have a real solid connection soldered on. You just got to be careful. 2 people would be ideal. 2 people is always ideal, but that ain't going nowhere. I don't want to, hold on, don't want to really tug it yet, but yeah, that's not going nowhere. But you got to let it cool down. Don't touch it either. Alright, so I got my positive line 4-gauge wire, like I said, going into the 40 amp circuit breaker. Shut the breaker and you got power. That shuts the power off just in case I'm in a busy location. Don't want kids playing around with the button. The reels won't work when it's in this position. Also, when it's overheating, it will trip the, kind of like a fuse. Back in the power position. This wire goes up under the shelf and up. There's that nut right there. So I got that red wire going up right here, and then this black wire, what I'm using that for is my jumper, going from this nut, goes down underneath the reel, comes back up, and then it powers this. So they're daisy chained together and the breaker's tripped. So that's how that's done. And then this other red wire is going to the other positive terminal, goes over underneath the skid in the tanks, make it look pretty, comes back up, might tie that off a little better, comes up through the hole right here, and it's tied in right, it's tied in right there. So now I have, so I can start the washer up that way. Well, yeah, that's basically it, guys. As long as you ground to the frame and everything, say you have a flatbed, if you take this wire, the negative wire, and you know, say you have a flatbed, you bolt it to your base of your flatbed, and as long as everything's bolted to that, you're grounded. So pretty simple, guys. The reels actually have there's a nut behind this solenoid, and it's got the negative ground wire on it, and that's how they come, and they just have it bolted to the metal here. So they grounded it to the itself, which means it's grounded to the frame and back to the battery. Everything's grounded, and you just run your hot lead. So when my 12 volt comes on, when I put that in, I'm just gonna run a lead to there, and then I can just take the black wire and bolt it to the frame. But I'm actually gonna be so close, I'm just gonna put it on the post. So pretty simple stuff, guys. I was a little confused at that when I was going to wire these up, talk to a few guys, and that's the simplest way to do it. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the final video where I go through the whole truck, all the stuff underneath the shelves and the 12 volt, all the whole shebang. So that will be on the final, coming out in a few days. All right, take care. Check out these videos coming in. Check you next time. Stay hungry, keep hustling, and stay humble.